Preface and Acknowledgments. The prestigious Council of Antiquities and Curators of Abstruse Chronicles, CACAC, holds in the highest esteem the esoteric records presented into publication for the purpose of informing, educating, and advocating the enlightenment of such historical events concerning individuals known as Master Keepers, MKRs. The documentation presented in this volume, as well as others to follow, has eluded scholars and public catalogues for some time, over 200 years to be precise. In the past, only a handful of records mentioned MKRs. Never has such extensive documentation been released surrounding what many scholars and acolytes dismissed as myth. However, the view of the Council's perspective was transformed during our annual convocation in 478 RB with the presentation of the first accurate translated volume, cross-referencing many other documentations of MKRs once thought of as hysterical tripe. None thought the wiser when the volumes were received all those years ago by an unknown benefactor who passed along a hefty sum to our organization in exchange for keeping the volumes in our archives. They were never studied extensively due to the Enigma language in which they were written, and never would have had it not been for a young graduate student, Anne Conley Delphide, who has later become one of our finest members, and at the time was searching for a unique area of study to invoke her interests as well as those of her professors. Her exceeding accolades in expiry linguistics and manuscript revitalization allowed the CACAC to piece together the puzzle that has stumped scholars since the volumes came into our possession. Delphide began translating with the assistance of one of her superiors, Professor Holbrook Bedelstein, who by his own admission could hardly keep up with her yet, was able to track her scrupulousness of the translations to be astonishingly accurate. At his request, he recruited professor and wife, Professor Caldine Bedelstein, who accommodated the pace and assisted adamantly in solidifying the accuracy of Delphide's translations. All three now hold significant reputable renown in the Council and continue to prove their prowess. As a result, Delphide was honored to name the volumes of her works Secrets of Silver and Steam. She continues to translate and format the volumes for publications to the pleasure of historical advocates, scholars, and individuals interested in evidence of what remained dismissed as impossible. Unanimously, the 7 members of the board of the CACAC Elder Council have deemed Delphide's work superb and concise, with all other historical documents surrounding the subject. Upon witnessing the evidence, they swiftly signed the affidavit of proceeds to publish the works as historical facts. They sought other members of the council to comment on the results themselves. Delphide has academically unlocked the unbelievable, interpreting events of a forgotten era. While many other scholars may remain skeptical of her works, Secrets of Silver and Steam is an impressive achievement for historians to take another look at the past. Neil and Foyle's Geographical Engineering and Civil Anthropology, PhD, and best-selling author of Bygone Civilizations and Their Mothers. Secrets of Silver and Steam is not only essential to the growth in our understanding of history, but mapping an opportunity in the development of our humanity. Sealed Gates, Documentation, Extraction, and Psychological Analytics, PhD, and best-selling author of Humanity, What Good Is It? The CACAC, as the public should be aware, places great faith in the abilities of its members, and no one joins the council lightly. We scrutinize candidates' intellect and character on several formidable merits in every measure, enabling the council to weed out any fabricated or fraudulent entries. Among the thousands of candidates who apply each year, the average number of candidates accepted is 2, with one exception of a single year in the council's history, where 6 became admitted. Each one remains an invaluable resource. Cadlin Johns was one of these candidates and has become one of Delphide's greatest advocates. I admit I was one of Delphide's greatest cynics until I began compiling the evidence for myself. I had taken an interest in her progress, suspecting a fictitious portrayal of the text. Delphide was able to prove otherwise. Cadlin Johns, Commerce Science and Investigative Public Strategies, PhD, and best-selling author of Exposing the Cover-Up of Criminal Trade. Interpreting the volume's text remains the highest priority of Delphide's career. Her second is taking on students with the same passionate fervor for linguistic knowledge. One of her graduate students and keepers in the Council's employ, Marcus Goldmeyer, wished to also comment on her works. Keepers are a well-known fact in our world. They adhere to specific laws and regulations that oversee their enchanting abilities. Mystic silver is another well-known commodity in our world. Until now, the origins of enchanting were lost in the annals of time because one puzzle piece was thought irrelevant. Yet Secrets of Silver and Steam brings to the light the knowledge needed in defining their origins, thus giving keepers an understanding of our own. Marcus Goldmeyer, keeper and curator of CACAC Central Archives. Secrets of Silver and Steam carries a percentile accuracy rating of 96, which only a few other works claim such authoritative verisimilitude. It is the privilege of the CACAC to release this translated and formatted first-volume manuscript, Secrets of Silver and Steam, The New Awakening, now to the public, 480 RB.